I decided to switch it up today. I don't know why. I was just feeling like doing a live for today instead of doing my normal videos for this challenge. If you've never seen my face before, then this is basically just a live edition of my Transform Your Life challenge, which is a 21-day challenge to level up, glow up, and achieve everything you want in 2025. And today is day 4. So if you haven't been following along with the challenge, I will leave a link in the description for those who may want to join because we're covering everything about manifesting for your life, creating systems. I also have a video on creating systems instead of goals. And even for those that are currently in this challenge, we actually started it out with setting habits instead of goals. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today because there's a reason that I set it up like that. And I think it's a little bit of a sad reason, but it's an important reason to discuss. And there's a reason that I said, let's do habits. Reason for that is a lot of us, it's easy to say, I want to start doing this, this, and this. I have these goals for my life. What's difficult for some is having the distinction of whether you want to do those things because it's something that you want for you, or whether it's because out of habit, someone just been telling you for years. You've basically been brainwashed in some ways by society, by family members, or just culture in general that you want to do something because it feels good, it sounds good, it's something that's societally acceptable, but it's not necessarily a goal that you would create for yourself if it was really up to you. And that's why I had you guys do habits. Because if you are asked somebody, oh, what do you want to add into your day to get closer to the dream person you see yourself as being? They will give you things that are very small, tangible for them to do versus saying, oh, I want to be a doctor or I want to start doing this. But guys, I want to make sure that you're doing what you want to do for you and you're not doing it just because you think it's what other people would want to see or it's just going to make you more socially acceptable instead of just going for the things that you really want for yourself. Because one of the keys to being successful in life is having alignment, having purpose, and feeling like you're living in alignment to your purpose. And if you don't feel that way, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to achieve your goals. And this is one of the reasons that I actually had this conversation with a student. You guys can have my Aggie sweatshirt on again today, and I was a college ambassador for the College of Engineering at North Carolina A&T State University, and we had a bunch of kids that would come in with their parents, and they're like, "I'm going to be an engineering student," and I was like, "Okay, great. Why do you want to be an engineering student?" And one of the kids didn't say anything. His mom was saying, "Oh, well, engineers make a lot of money. I really want him to do this." I'm like, "Wait, young man, what do you want to do? Like, what's your dream career?" And he said, "Oh, I want to do graphic design." This is not the degree program for you, sir. You are going to be wasting money if you have to do something that's very difficult for an extended period of time. And it's something that you actually don't want to do, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And you will need to put in a lot of work to achieve that goal. Don't do this. And then I looked at his mom. I was like, I understand that you want your child to be successful, to have this very healthy, guaranteed career, but you're going to be so upset with your child when he wants to switch degrees in 2 years because he had to take circuits or he had to take physics too. He needs to understand materials and properties. He's not going to finish this degree program because it's not what he really wants to do. He's trying to impress you and make you happy, but in 2 years, this man is going to switch programs. And then you're going to have to pay for his degree from scratch. You're going to have to start the entire process over. My goal with you guys doing this challenge is that you don't end up in that same situation because you are intentional about why you want to do what you want to do, which brings us to the concept of like ikigai, living within your alignment, living within your purpose. And I'll leave you guys a link to the full book down below. There's also the audiobook is on YouTube, so you can also just listen to it up here. I like to listen to things on like 2x speed because I can't focus for too long without like getting kind of bored. But if you listen to it on 2x speed, I think it only takes about an hour and a half, maybe. So you could listen to it in a commute. But I highly encourage everybody to listen to the book Ikigai because it gives you a very well defined description of what your purpose is and how to achieve true happiness, which is really the success in life. I say that to just remind you guys of how easy it is to get distracted in this world. A lot of us are chasing fame, we're chasing money, whatever it is. And I would encourage everybody to be chasing alignment and chasing freedom for themselves, that you have the choice to do anything that you want to do and to live your life the way you want to live it. But for that to be the case, you do actually need to know how you want to live your life. And Oprah said something about this years ago in an interview, that if you do not know what your purpose is, your current purpose is to figure out what that purpose is. What are you meant to do on this earth? What are you meant to give to those also on this earth with you? Because if you do not know that, everything else is so much harder. So much harder than it needs to be, because you are constantly trying and wondering why something fizzles out. It's because it's not something that's aligned with your purpose and with your passion. It doesn't matter what your religious interest is, doesn't matter what your background is, your ethnicity. Everyone theoretically is here to achieve something, to go for something. And if you don't know what that is, what brings your heart joy, how do you feel fulfilled, then everything else is going to be extremely difficult to achieve, because you're going to achieve a goal. You won't have that feeling, because that's really what everyone's chasing, right? Is that feeling of success, happiness, fulfillment. They're not seeking actual success, happiness, and fulfillment. They're seeking the feeling of it. And when you achieve your goals and you don't have that feeling, you either A, feel like you failed, or you B, feel like you need to go for another goal, instead of just sitting in that moment and thinking about why it didn't feel the way you thought it was going to feel. And usually that is because of something internal, or you were just misaligned with who you are supposed to be. Which brings us back to why I just asked you guys in this first week of this challenge to just come up with habits, just do habits, because goals can be so misaligned to who you are. And next week we'll work on goals, and you'll do some exercises to make sure that those goals are really linking you to where you want to be and where you want to go. And we did this a little bit on day 2, with me asking you to figure out what your insecurities are, and kind of the areas of improvement and growth of where you kind of feel like you're lacking, where do you feel like your self doubt is, so that you can kind of work on that as well. Because all of that is important. Your mental mindset is important, but also your mindset going towards the right goal is going to be key in making sure that this is something that you can do for a lifetime. So I hope that helps. I do not want to be live for too long because it's kind of terrifying at the same time, because you never know just like who's going to pop up in here and be like, "Urgh." So I'm gonna keep this video a little shorter than what our normal videos are like, but I just wanted to come up here and make sure I was clear on why I took, I guess, a non-traditional approach to a transformation challenge of not having you guys set goals. I hope you do take a look at the habits that you want when you thought of your higher self, why those habits are something you want to work towards. And as you start thinking about goals that you have for yourself over the next 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, why you have those goals, and who really put that idea in your head. Similar to the self doubt conversation we had, is when it comes to self doubt, we usually don't doubt ourselves because of something we feel just internally. There are people that have said it, situations that have verified it. So, in the same like kind of mindset, why do you have the goals that you have for yourself? Are you trying to like help other people? Are you trying to help yourself? Is it something that a grandparent, they thought of and that you just resonated with it? Did you see someone on TV that inspired you? There's no wrong answer. It's just important for you to know what the answer is. And if you know what the answer is, and if it's something you're comfortable with and you feel like it's something that'll fulfill you, power to you. Right on, go for it. I am here to help you do it. But if it's not, then it may be time to kind of do some reflecting, read Ikigai, figure out what your Ikigai is. For me, it kind of sticks with what I'm doing right now, which is to inspire and educate others. That is kind of the root of what I feel like my purpose is on earth. And so this is very much aligned with that. Everything I do in my life is somewhat aligned with that. But once I made that distinction, it became so much easier to set goals for myself, to create plans. And I've also started achieving those goals a lot easier, because it was easier to identify with that, because that's the true self that I see myself as. Without that guidance and that like North Star, it can be very different in a process, right? It can be you get so distracted because you don't have a North Star that you're going towards. So that's just my experience though. I'm just one person. I do work with a lot of other people, so this is also stuff that I've noticed with them. But yeah, All right, I've been here for like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna let y'all enjoy your lives. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next day of the challenge. We're gonna count this as day 4, which is really just a do another little self audit just for like why do you want the things that you want, making sure that they're for you and making sure that you are living in alignment. And if you don't know what your purpose is, find out what you think your purpose is so that you can start creating goals and systems to fulfill that purpose. All right. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna turn this off. I don't even know how to, but I'll figure it out. I guess. Cause what other choice, you know, do I have? Mm, 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 mm. I wonder if it's like behind. Oh, I think I found something.